Hi guys, watch this video. Things are happening. Just watch this video. Watch this video and comment your opinion. Don't forget to follow my page. Like this video. Just watch.
How do I tell my husband that my pastor is the father of our two sons? Story time with trendy grandmother. I married my husband without a child for 5 years. We looked for children. We even did one failed IVF, but nothing worked. I started going from one prayer house to the other, seeking for help. Majority of them keep telling me that it is spiritual problem. Some of them would say different type of things. One of them said there is a covenant I went into before I was born. Some of them said my mother went into covenant before I was born. There is nothing my ear has never heard. I went in to see this pastor. It's not a big pastor, very small church, but highly recommended. Some people just recommended the place, said that the man of God is very, very powerful. Anything that he tells me goes. And he will see the problem of my childlessness, and then he will prefer the solution. I told my husband about it. Then I went. The pastor said that I should go and call my husband. I called my husband, and then the pastor was like, nothing is wrong with us, that we have to do so and so prayer. He gave us fasting, which me and my husband, we both did the fasting. After the fasting, we went to close the fasting. But unfortunately for me, my husband had an emergency that he had to go out of town for job. So my husband said that I should go to the pastor and conclude the fasting. That day that I went, there was night vigil that we have to stay overnight. After the night vigil, the pastor gave me key to a special room and said that it's only special people that he assigns that room to. That whatever I want to do, I can do there. I can relax instead of staying in the open church with others. I felt so privileged, and then, we finished the night vigil at 2, and then I went in there to freshen up. Around 3, there was a knock on the door. I asked who it was, and it was the pastor. I was so happy. So I opened the door. Oh, man of God, good morning. He said, God bless me. So he came in, and then he was like, that this is the secret. That he doesn't want to tell my husband that my husband was impotent. That the Lord told him that my husband will not be able to father a child. So as a result of that, he wants to help me. That if I want, I can go and check anywhere. My husband might go to hospitals and everything will seem okay, but actually he is not okay. He will not be able to father any child. This is going to be secret between myself and himself. That if he sleeps with me and I don't miss my period the following month, I should never in any way talk to him again. He convinced me, and I went into intimacy with him. True to his word, I missed my period and I became pregnant to our first son. As a result of that, my husband now believed that the pastor was a true man of God, and then he said that we should join his church. That was how we joined his church. And we started. My husband was one of the ushers. I am very, very active in the church. We are one of the highest givers in the church. So we became so dedicated. And then I had my son. He was a boy. After 2 years again, I couldn't have another child. So the pastor told me, what did I tell you? I told you that your husband is not able to father a child. Come, let me give you another one. So this time around, it was a hotel room. So we booked and then slept together. I was pregnant again immediately, and I had our second son. This thing continues to happen, but the thing is that the pastor will always want to do it again. But I'm refusing. I was like, but you just helped me to have these children. Why do you now want us to go and continue to do that? I don't want more children. I just want these two, and that's okay. And let that secret be between both of us. Anyway, the pastor backed off because he had a family. Now, I'm torn between what do I do. I don't know whether to tell my husband. So my mind keeps telling me, what if anything happens? What if my children are sick and then the blood or whatever will not match? Then my husband will find out. Each time I see people talking about DNA and so on, my heart will be skipping. I will keep thinking, maybe one day my husband will find out. Do I really go and tell him what happened? After all, I honestly didn't do this in order to hurt him. I didn't want to be unfaithful to my husband, but it was just that whatever the pastor says seems to be true. And I got 2 children, but they are not my husband's. What I want your audience to do for me is, shall I tell my husband? Will it cost my marriage? Honestly, I want to say it so that the guilt will leave me, because I feel so much guilt. I am losing weight, drying up because of this. Please, let your audience advise me. Shall I just tell my husband and damn the consequences? And I want us to stop going to that church. My husband doesn't want us to stop going to that church. My husband still keep giving the pastor money. But his husband keep doing everything there. But he doesn't know that the pastor is actually using